Then covariance is equal to dx dy divided by 2. R is given. Calculate the mean. Take the deviation. Call it as dx. R minus R mean. So it will come 0.47. This is the correlation. So first we will add the returns. This is total return divided by number of years 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will get the return. Hello, good morning to one and all to my dear students. I am Dr. B.S. Subramania, called by name Dr. BSS, Professor in Commerce and Management, Vidhyashram First Aid College, a Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. I am going to hand Financial Management for 6th semester Unit 5, the last session, Unit 5, Session 5, Portfolio and Risk and return. I already told in the previous session, risk and return. Return always follow with the risk. More risk, more return, less risk, less return. About the portfolio is concerned, when you have got a money, no, could not be invested in a different sector. You may deposit in the SBI, you can get the money immediately. It's a safe deposit we got. Here the risk is very less, no risk at all. But there is, when you invest the money either in share or equity share or preference share or debenture or mutual fund, so there may be more money but more risk. More risk, more money, less risk, less money. Already told you about this. Today we are going to solve the problem now. So here the problem, company X returns are given. Company Y returns are given. Then what they ask, first when you are given the problem, the first question to be bear in mind, what are the things they want? What are the things they want? First is expected return and standard deviation. First one, required. Required. First one, expected return and standard deviation. First requirement. What is the second requirement? This is over. What second requirement? Covariance. What is the third requirement? Correlation. What is the fourth requirement? Portfolio risk. These are the requirements they want. Now, when you go for one by one, what is the formula you are going to respect? Expected return is equal to total returns divided by n. So, first we will add the returns. This is total return divided by number of years 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will get the return. When you get the expected return here, now it's called average return. Take the deviation. When the return answer comes, no, that number or this one, deviation, 8 minus R mean whole square, minus 9 minus R mean whole square, 14 minus R mean whole square, 16 minus R mean whole square, 20 minus R mean whole square. Then you find out the standard. Root will come, you find out the standard. Same thing goes to here. When you go for a covariance, you take the deviation of x, deviation of y, divide by 2. Deviation of x, covariance, here no, covariance, deviation of x into deviation of y divided by 2. This is what we require. Then expected return, total return divided by standard deviation. Then when you want the standard deviation, you can write R minus R mean whole square, R mean whole square, and then what the answer comes from, root of these. When you get the root of these, root of R minus R mean whole square, when you get them. Then covariance dx plus dy you are going to calculate. Then what we require is the correlation. R is equal to covariance divided by standard deviation x into standard deviation y. So these are the requirements they want. First, expected return, total return divided by number of items. Then covariance dx dy divided by 2. Standard deviation is equal to r minus r mean whole square, root of that. Then r is equal to dx covariance divided by standard deviation. This I am going to explain. So we'll go one by one now. Company X. Returns. Company X return 8 minus 9, 14, 16, 20. Add the returns, make the total of this. First is 8 plus 14 plus 16 plus 20 minus 9 is equal to 49. This is sigma r is equal to 49. Then r mean is equal to sigma r divided by n. This is 49 divided by how many years are there? 5 years. 1, 2, 3. Check up once again. This is 8 minus 9 minus 1 plus 14 plus 16 plus 20. 49. So 49 divided by 5, 9.8. Now take the deviation. This is nothing but r mean A, r mean x. We can call this as dx. Take the deviation. 8 minus 9.8 is minus 1.8. Minus 9 minus 9.8 is 18.8. 14 minus 9.8. 14 minus 9.8. 4.2. 16 minus 9.8. 16 minus 9.8. 6.2. 20 minus 9.8. 10.2. This is your deviation. This is your deviation. Dx is there. Square of this. Expect this is your mean. Dx square. 1.8 into 1.8 into 1.8 3.24. Then 18.8 into 18.8 353.44. 353.44. 4.2 into 4.2 17.64. Then 6.2 into 6.2 38.44. 10.2 into 10.2 104.04. So this is dx square, nothing but r minus r mean x whole square. So it is 104.04 plus 38.44 plus 17.64 plus 353.44 plus 3.24. 516 sigma dx square. 516.8. So standard deviation is equal to root of 516.8. Root of this 22.73%. So this goes in favor of X. Then company Y returns 10 minus 12, 18, 20, 14. Add the figure. This is 10 minus 12 plus 18 plus 20 plus 14 is equal to 50. Sigma R is equal to 50. Then R mean is equal to sigma R divided by N. 50 divided by 5 is equal to 10. This is a deviation dy in the bracket 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. Minus 12 minus 10 is minus 22. 18 minus 10 is 8. 20 minus 10 is 10. 14 minus 10 is 4. dy square. So this is 0. 22 into 22. 22 into 22. 22 into 22. 484. 64. 100. 16. Add the figure. 484 plus 64 plus 100 plus 16. 664. Sigma dy square. 664. So standard deviation is equal to root of 664. Root of this 25.77%. Then we have find out the mean. What's the question they ask? Expected return and standard deviation is over. Then covariance. Deviation of X, deviation of Y is equal to dx dy. What's the deviation of X? Minus 1.8 minus 18.8 4.2 6.2 then 10.2. Then deviation of Y 0 minus 22 8 10 4. Multiplication dx dy. This is 0. 22 minus into minus plus 22 into 18.8 413.6 then 4.2 into 8 33.6 6.2 into 10 62 10.2 10.2 into 4 40.8. Add the figure. 40.8 plus 62 plus 33.6 plus 413.6 is equal to 550. Sigma dx dy 550. Sigma 550. Now, covariance is equal to sigma dx dy divided by 2. This is 550 divided by 2. 550 divided by 2. 275. Then R is equal to covariance divided by standard deviation x into standard deviation y. R is equal to covariance divided by standard deviation x into standard deviation y. What's your covariance? 275 divided by, come back to, what's standard deviation of x here? Standard 22.73 into standard deviation y 25.77. So 275 divided by 22.63 into 25.77, 583.1751. Then divide 275 divided by 583.1751. 275 divided by 583.17, 0.47. R is equal to 0.47. So R should always be less than 1. So we have find out covariance, we find out the correlation. See that steps we have taken. R is given, calculate the mean, take the deviation, call it as dx, R minus R mean, then R minus R mean dx squared, then take the y, add the figure, deviation you take from the, this is nothing but you take the deviation from 10 minus 10 is 12, 12 minus 10 is 22, 18 minus 10 is 8, then dy squared, then dx into dy, multiply for covariance, then R is equal to covariance divided by standard deviation x and standard deviation y. So what's the question they ask? This over there. Now expected portfolio reset. Now next, expected for portfolio. Risk of portfolio. So formula goes for here. ZP is equal to formula root of, what's the formula goes now? W x whole square, standard deviation x whole square plus W y whole square, standard deviation y whole square plus 2 into Wx, Wy, standard deviation x, standard deviation y into R. I will repeat that. So then weight of x square, standard deviation x square, weight of y square, standard deviation y square plus 2 into weight of x, weight of y, standard deviation x, standard deviation into R. That we have to apply now slowly. We'll go to that. What's the weight? We'll see that. So 90%, 10%, x, 90% is equal to 0.90. This is your Wx. Y, 10%, 0.0. This goes in favor of Wy. Then what do you require? Standard deviation x. Standard deviation x is equal to, standard deviation x is 22.73 standard deviation y is equal to 25.77. Then r is equal to 0.47. This is what we require. So weight we have got 0.90, 0.10. Then we have got standard deviation x is there. Standard deviation y is also there. Then r 0.47. Apply now. Is equal to root of, what is W? 0.90 whole square into, what's your standard deviation x? 22.73 whole square plus 0.10 whole square into standard deviation y, 25.77 whole square plus 2 into weight of x into 0.90 into 0.10, standard deviation x 22.73 into 25.77 into your r is 0.47. Simplify. Root of 0.90 into 0.90, that is 0.90 into 0.90, 0.81. This is 0.90, 0.90. 0.81 into 22.73 into 22.73, 516.65 plus 0.10 into 0.10, 0.01 into 25.77 into 25.77, 664.09 plus 2 into, say that 2 into 0.90 into 0.10 into 22.73 into 25.77 into 0.47, 49.55. This is equal to root of 0.81 into 516.65, 0.81. This is 0.81 into 516.65, 418.48 plus 0.01 into 664.25.77 into 25.77, 664.09 into 0.01, 6.64 plus 49.55. This is 0.01, 0.81, into 0.81. I got a doubt here. 0.90 into 0.90, 0.81, 80%. Add the figure. 418.48 plus 6.64 plus 49.55, 474.67. Root of this 21.79%. This is the portfolio return. This is the expected return. So we have find out all whatever they require here. Risk, risk we have find out. This is called risk, we say. Root of that. Then what are the steps you have taken? First, R is given. Add the figure 49. 9 point, take the deviation, R minus, you call this a dx and dx square. Then same thing, y, add, it comes to 50, 10 will come, this 10 is the dy is equal to 10, take the deviation, square of that, 664 will come, root of this is 25.77 will come, this is 22.73 will come. So standard you should find out. Then covariance is equal to dx dy divided by 2. Dx into dy, this is 0. 4 and 16, it will 550. Divided by 2 is 275. R is equal to covariance, standard deviation x into standard deviation y. So 275 divided by 22.73, 25.77. So it will come 0.47. This is the correlation. Then we move on to weight. X is 90%, 0.90. Y is 10%, 0.10. Standard deviation X, standard deviation Y, and R. Apply here. Weight has been applied. W X whole square, standard deviation X whole square, W Y whole square, standard deviation Y whole square. 2 into weight of X, weight of Y, standard deviation X, standard deviation Y into R. 0.81 into 5 and say 518.48. 0.106.64, 49.55. It will come 474.70. Root of this is 21.79% risk. This is risk of P, the portfolio risk. So here ordinary risk, we compare ordinary risk. It is 22.7, 25.7 here. This is 21.79. So portfolio means diversification of your investment in different categories. So the risk may be come down. When you compare, the risk may be come down. So if you compare here, risk of these two parties are considered. Here conclusion here. If you have got a conclusion, this X, Y, expected return, standard deviation. Expected return of X is 9.8. That of is 10. Standard deviation is 22.73%. This is nothing but risk. This is 25.77%. These are also risk. If we see that conclusion, here expected return also more, risk is more here. So if we take the expected, it's only just 0.9 means 0.2 difference, 22.73. So risk of X is less. Risk of X less than Y. Therefore, X is the best. Or X is selected. X is the best. We compare, X is the best. Hope you understand this. This is type of question from the examination point of view. Dx dy. R is equal to covariance. Sigma dx divided by d by 2. So we find out the covariance is 275. Standard deviation X, standard deviation Y. We find out then we expected portfolio risk portfolio. You are applied now. So you must be very careful in applying this. Slowly we have to apply. Hope you understand this. We'll have some problem with probability in the next class. Hope you understand this point. We have done. So first is we have done expected return. Then we have go with the standard deviation. Then go with the covariance, and we have got what is the covariance? Dx dy divided by 2. Then r is equal to sigma d. R is equal to covariance divided by sigma dx into dy. Then we have got weighted average is there, that we have find out. Weight of x whole square, weight standard deviation x whole square, weight of y whole square, standard deviation y whole square plus 2 into weight of x, weight of y. First is 2 into weight of x, weight of y, standard deviation x, standard deviation y into r. That is in the root. Whatever the risk of the portfolio we have calculated. So hope you understand this point. So we have solved so many problems in the last unit you are doing. So in the next problem, we'll have 2 security, 3 security problems solved. No, once you solve this, no, almost stagnant is there. Then if you want to, I'm going to explain the revision, the question paper problem. Then we can see that how it can be solved. Till then, goodbye. Meet in the next class.